Hey, everybody, this is Scoots. This is a new kind of experimental version of Sleep With Me we've never done before. So welcome. These are just bedtime stories from our podcast, Sleep With Me. And to make them feel fresh, these ones are from a couple of years ago. So if you're a regular listener, you might get a refresh. And if you're new, these are just bedtime stories from a show called Sleep With Me. They're strange, they're meandering, they're a little bit different. And all this is made possible by listeners like you, regular listeners like you. And so I just want to let you know that's how we're able to put the show out. And so if you are a fan of Sleep With Me, you listen to it on a regular basis, please consider supporting the show. You get ad-free episodes, you get ad-free story-only episodes, tons of other cool stuff at Sleep With Me Plus. That's sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus. But if you're in a position and you have some money every month, or you say, hey, maybe I don't watch that streaming service, I'd rather give it to a podcast, think about your favorite podcast. It doesn't have to be Sleep With Me, and support that podcast. If it is Sleep With Me, I consider supporting the show would be great. But if it isn't, or there's a podcast you listen to way more, brings you a lot of value during the day, please support that podcast. Podcasting's going through a different time right now, and your favorite podcast, the one you get the most out of, could use your support the most. So consider supporting it however they request support. Just check it out, like listen to the show or check out their website, or consider supporting Sleep With Me. If Sleep With Me, you say, oh no, Sleep With Me is the one I listen to the most, sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus. Thanks. Friends beyond binary, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good night, bakers. Good evening, bakers. Welcome, bakers. Good morning, bakers. I'm not even sure what the proper quote is that I'm mixing up, and I'll be mixed up a lot and mixing up quotes because it's time for Sleep With Me, the podcast that puts you to sleep. And here's a couple of ways I'm able to be here for you. If you remember, sleepwithmepodcast.com/sponsors, twice a week for free. Hey, everybody, this is Scoots. This is a quick message here. If you get a lot out of Sleep With Me, if you're a regular listener, you like these new things we're trying out, like the story-only version of the show. If you're new, don't worry about any of this. But if you're a regular listener of Sleep With Me, or you're a regular listener of any podcast, if you have a favorite podcast and it's not Sleep With Me, that's totally cool. If you have podcasts you listen to way more or you get way more value out of, I totally understand that. Consider supporting that podcast. Podcasting as an industry is kind of going through a weird phase right now. Direct support from listeners is going to be, it seems like it's going to be the future of most shows. And so consider supporting the podcast you really love. And you could do that. You could find out, you could listen to the show and see how they ask to be supported, or reach out to them and say, hey, how can I support you? Or if you can't afford, a few dollars a month, you say, hey, how else can I support you? But if Sleep With Me is the one, Sleep With Me Plus is the best way to support Sleep With Me. Sign up for Sleep With Me Plus. Not only you get an unbelievably sweet, different ways to listen to the show, but it's a huge help for us to be able to do stuff like this. But yeah, think about what your favorite podcast is, and then go ahead and go to their website, or if you already know how they like to be supported, support that show. Thanks and good night. All right, everybody. This is Collection 5, Episode 5, Pudding Week for Great British Bake Off or Great British Baking Show, depending on where you're watching it. I think it's Season 8. Maybe if you're going by seasons or series, it's ITV Season 1, maybe. You're asking the wrong person, but it's Episode 5, Pudding Week. And we'll have an answer to it soon. I'm going to read through my notebook for a little bit here without the episode playing. It says no cold open, tease first, question mark, hot mess, and happy stay. Stacy, happy Stacy. Hot twisty teamwork. Hot twisty teakwood. It's alliteration, so hopefully I'll see it. Terrines, hot twisty terrines, terrene twists. Sandy and Noel, so that we have that coming up. Paul, Paul and kids. Yeah, so I don't know if those were Paul's children that went by that were part of the cold open. Has something. But pudding week, lurch it, lunch it, launch it, talking heads, chuffed smiles, rubbish week, pressure, anybody could go. Morning bakers, I got to pause to when we watch the episode to put on their clothes. Aerotex was, Aerotex, that must be a kind of old school clothing. There's a joke about that. Steamed school pudding. Get steamy. Lost loves pudding, custards and cream. Takes me back to when I was a school custodian? School something. Over, not on top of creation. No sog, no sog, no stodge. No sog line. Fig, no, that's Sophie. Sophie. Fig, ginger, honey, tonka bean that she got. They said, where'd you get that tonka bean? At the supermarket. Honey from Yemen. She's going to give it a spice. I think she was describing the tonka bean as a spicy vanilla. James, not too stodgy. Hard to make or stodge will leave slowly. Scant is something. Oh, scientist Yan. Scientist Yan. She has a stodge avoid strategy. Use breadcrumbs. Again, this is an esteemed school pudding. Mango foil hat. Mango fruit hat. Alfonso. 2 mangoes. She has Alfonso mangoes, the good ones, and normal mangoes. Kate, quintessentially English, Mr. Darcy, steamy lake scene. She's got to get the balance right. So somebody pudding lane. Liam loves a cherry Bakewell tarts. So does Stacy loves Bakewell tarts. They're both doing them. Bakewell, a hood in Lennon infomercial. No, something in lemon info in something. It's got to be the Barb. Battle of the Bakewells. Stacy has made this 17 times or 17 minutes. Good luck. Rolls eyes at Paul. She rolls her eyes at Paul, who's always on her case. James, orange slices, ginger syrup, a pudding of boyhood. Julia never had steam pudding. Apples and cottage cheese is something. So the closest thing I had was made from those. But she's making a trickle pudding. Stephen is zesting lemons and black currant. He's going to inject streaks of compote made from that said black currant. Classic, simple, not too clever, James. Vanilla custard. Drive shaft. That's from the TV show Lost. Drove shots. 2 hours left. Pudding basin with figs. Right amount in bunt. 2.5. 1.5. This is how long they're going to put it in for. 139. You got to put it in and leave it in the steamer. So they put the pudding basin in a pot to steam. No touching it. Kate drops her pudding into the water, I think. Sauces to stretch, sauces to stir, custards to concoct, a double alliteration from Sandy. No gloopy custard. Sauces to stir something. Noel leaps towards Liam. They have a historical talk, because Liam never had school pudding at his school because he's so young. Stacy or something, pudding Cambridge. Oh, this is Sandy goes to Cambridge to find out about the pudding, meat and veg, mass pudding, prep, onerous creation. Then they used cloth, suet and flour and sugar in 1615, the Cambridge pudding. They also use new milk, which I don't know what that is. Dr. Sue Bailey, grated suet, something, butter. You put butter in there. No meat needed. It's highly, something grated, yeah, calorific. Put butter in the middle. Nice, isn't it? Isn't it? Sweet steamed pudding. 30 minutes left to take it out. No way in knowing. Stress. Pace. Quito. A moment hot. Oh, fire. That's what Stacy says. Yeah, James says. James says sinkage in the middle. Right? Julia dances. Looks good. Or rustic. James, nothing to see here. Liam, happy. Sophie, Kaif, no thinking, manages, gets a handshake. Is that what that says? No, this is no thinking. Manages, gets a mangoes get a shave. Yan shaves her mangoes, just on the outside. 1 minute, school bell. Discolora pencils down. End of your desks. 8 steamed and served and ready for examination. James, pretty, not light orange, nice, dense, very good. Julia, nice crust, custard, task, words, not light. Sophia, stodgy, Tonka, take elves, really word too stodgy. Stephen, so light, really good. Gets a handshake. Well done. Kate, mistake, too powerful. Custard, mistake, and no Earl Grey taste. Yan, looks good. Dramatic, good enough. Light, delicious. Handshake. Liam, very pretty. Lovely, light. Too stodgy, though. Finding fiddle. Fretting, flevel. Stacy, looks good. Neo and light, delicious, special thing, handshake. So Liam's a little stressed. He's not stressed. He said so close to a handshake. Stacy, well choffed. Yan does a dance. Kate is stressed. Then we see the river, the birds, the tent. Total unknown, a technical with a twist right now. All right, so we get the run through of the video now. Fire, yes, steamy signature, hot stuff, twisted technical. I think that was the other one. Multi-layered showstopper, dribbling loads to jelly. People not happy and stressed, disappointing rubber. Then we get the open. So we didn't have like the cold open or whatever you call it, but we get a drone shot. Can't believe the high standards. Julie and Liam are so young, getting younger and younger. It's Paul. Then he has 2, Alfie and Frankie. Anyway, dig in. They're having a trifle for pudding week. And we see the bakers walk in. Stacy's talking about getting to the next thing. Kate's happy with Star Baker. James seems like he said he had a bad week last week. So did Sophie. So feeling the pressure. Yan's scared. Morning bakers, welcome to pudding week. Now that I'm actually hosting a baking show, it makes sense. Assemblies, uniforms, back to the day. Airtex blouse. So talking about school puddings and pudding life. I don't know, were these boarding schools or were all schools have school pudding? I guess would be a question for the audience. Custard, ice cream. Everybody goes straight to work. Steam pudding brings people back to school. Sweetness, gorgeous texture, light sponge, custard. Paul loves custard. Prue wants them to cook something on top of the cooker, which is difficult. Can't be soggy or stodgy. It's a big no. Get a drone shot. Morning. Sophie, tell us about your steamed school pudding. Fig, ginger, and honey steamed. Tonka mascarpone. Sandy smells the Tonka. We shop in different shops. Extra twist. Stem ginger in there. I ordered some golden syrup, by the way, just so everybody know. Just, make it about me. I will be making like a simple steam pudding or cake with golden syrup. Get the Stodge. Noel anthropomorphizes Stodge, says he'll keep Stodge out of the tent, or Stodge, Stodge, breadcrumbs and yams pudding, fruit hat, stem ginger, coconut custard, Alfonso mango, and Kate's doing quintessential English, Earl Grey and the sponge, Mr. Darcy's steamy lake scene. Oh boy, Mr. Darcy is not, they say, well, I wish I had a Mr. Darcy. Lemon might override the flavor. You got to keep it in balance. Good luck. Stacy and Liam, they're going down the same pudding lane. Okay, cherry bakewell for Liam. They would go to the corner shop and get a tin version. They got to see what, that's another thing. I guess I got to get to England to be able to go to the corner store and buy a Bakewell tart. Isn't it? Cherries and lemons that are baked well. Vanilla custard. Want them to think the flavor's good, the bake's good. Want to nail both. Pudding's got to be good. Stacy's cherry. So Stacy's doing one also. Ground almonds, cherries. Practice 17 times. Want to be perfect. Paul says, let's see how your 18th is. James lining oranges to cook with his sponge. But marmalade, orange and ginger steamed pudding. They had a choice of pudding at his school. Julia never had pudding. So baked apple with cottage cheese inside. Having missed out on a lifetime of pudding, Julia went to her mother-in-law, her Matt's grandparents. Stephen's working on, I don't want to be too clever, blackcurrant drizzle and steamed school pudding. Lemon. He's going to put streaks in his compote, marbled effect. Looking forward to it, dude. All right, 1 hour gone, 2 hours left. Sophie's lining the inside of her pudding basin. Right amount of mixture in the bowl. Not too much, not too little. And that'll take under 2 hours, bubbling away. Everybody just goes in, as we said, sitting around watching the pot. Watch pot that's already boiled. Apparently you can make these in the Instapot, so that's what I'm gonna when I do make mine, my golden one. And gather steams. Time to make the compote. Custards to concoct. Couple of eggs and some chocolate, thick chocolatey custard. Got to have it thick, Liam says. You can't get runny, gloopy custard. Nice crumble, something crumbling. Noel just jumped up on Liam. 70s school pudding was extinct. So this is like a historical challenge, bit odd for Liam. Then we get these the scenes, the factual scenes that are really like Cambridge, 17th, before the 17th century, it was not a sweet affair. Meat and veg, it was a lot of work and it did not it was not smellerific. And someone said, well, let's use a cloth, replace the meat with suet, put flour and sugar in there. Sugar was expensive, but not for the scholars at Cambridge. Cake-like texture resulting in the Cambridge pudding. Suet, sugar, eggs, pudding. Then we see the punters. Are those punters on the Cambridge River or whatever? I went to Cambridge to visit once and saw that. I don't think we went on a boat, though. I think I was a bit of a frowny face while I was there, to be honest with you. Now they're making the pudding. It's calorific, which is good for students, which Sandy points out. I don't know if it's, I guess I'd have to look at the price point or whatever. And probably not good, as Sandy points out, but clever cooks at Cambridge, the sweet steam pudding was born. To the relief of pupils and lunch people from the... Now we go back 30 minutes. Don't want it to sink in the middle. No going back. 3 minutes, alarm rings. People are pacing. Puddings are coming out. Nobody wants to open theirs. It's a moment of reveal. Hot stuff. Just want it to be good. Stacy's happy with hers. Steven's happy with his. Noel looks at Julia's. She's happy. James has got a sinkage in the middle, so he's down. Liam, so far, so good. Everybody flips theirs. Stacy's looks good. That's, I think, without the, Julia's looks good too. Treacle. Mangoes look good on Yan's. Figs look good on Sophie's. James, he has some trouble with the exit. Liam's happy with his. How long we got? 5 minutes. Baker's. Sophie's custard's not thickening. Or Kate's isn't. Juice going inside of Steven's. I guess if you have what Steven has, that you could do that to any of them. Inject a compote right in. People are doing decorating. Yan shaves her mangoes. That everybody gets everything ready. Pencils down. Exam over. Steamed school puddings at the end of your desk. Kate's down. Birds are chirping. We see the grass. Steamed school pudding served. Ready for examination. James looks pretty. Mouth's watering. But not the lightest sponge I've ever had. Marmalade, though. Paddington Bear would be pleased. Very good school pudding. Well done. Julia, they take hers out. Nice custard. Looks good. Taste of orange and treacle work together. Not the lightest, but delicious. Looks a little stodgy. Mascarpone tonka taste is extraordinary. Pudding's delicious. Ginger, fig, and honey work together. Not sure about tonka bean. Just too stodgy. Sorry. Steven, fruit falling down. Hitting the lemon sponge. I think it works. Looks good. Sponge looks light. Black currant's a nice burst. It should be sharp against the mellow. Really good. Beautiful sponge. Handshake city. Everyone applauds. So well done. Stephen shakes Yan's hand. Custard's embarrassing. This is Kate. Big mistake putting it on the plate, I guess they say. Quite powerful, but don't get the Earl of Grey. Against the lemons. Yan. Dramatic, beautifully designed. Held together. Nice consistency. Good mango. Beautiful, light, lovely. Another handshake. Paul loves school puddings, man. She's happy. Liam, baked well. Pretty. Love the cherries on top. Lovely, light, almondy, proper baked well flavor, but too stodgy. Couldn't give you a handshake. Close. What about fielding 5-5? Stacy's attractive. Sponge looks good. Nice and light. Absolutely delicious, proper baked, well tart. You have the texture, clever, sharpness, overall special thing. Absolutely delicious handshake. Everyone's clapping. Liam's glaring because he was so close. He says, yeah, so close, so close. Stacy's happy. Got a handshake because that was the third one. Yan dances in a circle, does then Kate's down. Nah, I'm not looking forward to the technical, but has anybody? Then we see a stream, birds chirping. Not only is this total unknown, this is technical with a twist. Pudding challenge set by Paul Hollywood. It's all about the timing. Well, that's totally clear. Paul Peru, off you go. Today's technical challenge is staggering. We're going to be staggering the start times, and then we'll tell you what you're doing at your start time. So Julie has to go first. I don't know why they pick her. It's a big disadvantage, though, I think, because, other people can look at what other people are doing. 6 molten chocolate puddings with peanut butter in the middle. Sounds delicious. I will be making this soon. Okay, so melt everything together, egg yolks, sugar, combine the mixtures. Julie's done it once, but it was a while ago. Okay, melt the chocolate and stuff together. Paul shows Prue a chocolate molten cake filled with peanut butter. Oozes out when you cut it. Got to eat it hot out of the oven, and we'll judge them live. You bake them for 10 minutes. Don't overbake, or you won't get the goo. And if you underbake, it'll be toast. And this is quite a challenge, Bruce says. Julia goes first. She's petrified. And then Sophie goes, 6 molten chocolate puddings, hot peanut butter. You have 1 hour on your mark. It's set bake. Okay, never made one. Got to really think about it because, still running the middle. Potentially carry on cooking. It's a minefield. And at least I'm not on my own. Does it make it better? No. I'm going to melt the chocolate. Baker number 3, 6 molten chocolate puddings. You got 1 hour bake. And Julie says, bum, 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 bum. They're mixing them up, whisking up the eggs and sugar. Julie's doing it by hand, and then she realizes, that's because Sophie says no raising agent. The whisk eggs are the raising agent. And Liam's like, I got to put a lot of air in there. So this actually helps Julia because she sees them doing that with the hand mixer, or whatever you call it, the mixer that you put your thumb on, an electric hand mixer. Sophie's going to go to the ribbon stage, thickness. Everybody else is looking around trepidatious. Yan comes in, number 5. Ready, set, bake, or on your market, set, bake. We get a few times. She's made it before, but now with peanut butter. Whisking the eggs, chocolate's got to cool. Got to mix, I think this is what you got to you temper your eggs, or maybe you're cooking the eggs. I know, 'cause you're going to bake it, so I guess you're not, but you got to temper it so it doesn't cook into scrambled eggs, right? Got to crack on, don't know what I'm doing. Sandy's like, am I in your way, Liam? She loves Liam, just hanging with him. 1 hour. I mean, I love Liam too, but I don't get to hang out with him because I'm not on the show. Got to knock out the air bubbles gently. James is the last person. Oh, no, he's baker number 7. Stacy must be last. He's never made them before, but in a revision last night, he briefly went through molten volcano cakes, so he's a little more confident. Divide between molds. Got to get them identical. Yan weighs them out 100 grams each. 3/4 of the way. You don't want them billowing over the top. Stacy comes on your mark, it's set, bake. Not a clue. Putting peanut butter inside, Julia. It says a teaspoon. She puts an extra. That was deceiving because it wasn't you're supposed to put even more than what Julia put in. And she's putting in more than a teaspoon. Stacy's doing light folding. Cook it molten in the middle. You got to get the temperature right. 10 minutes in the freezer to chill them down. How long to bake them? No idea. How long is too long? Everybody's got a different inkling. Not very long. Sandy says it's supposed to be 10 minutes. Julie's going to do 12. She whispers it. Liam's going to do 20, maybe 15. I don't know. James is going to do 8 minutes. Kate's doing 35 because she doesn't want them raw. Sophie's oven's not on, so she has to put them in while her oven heats up. 8 more minutes for Julia. Liam goes in, puts his in. Steven's doing 25 minutes. Sophie's going to heat up with the oven. James, you want crispy outside, gooey center. 180 for 10 minutes with Yan. Getting the right balance could be tricky. It could be tricky to make chocolate molten lava peanut butter cookies on time. Thunder rumbles. It's raining outside. Everybody's watching their ovens up close and personal. 1 minute left for baker number 1. And it's serving time. She gets hers out. Paul and Prue have their backs to everybody, which I don't think, come on. I mean, they're going to know unless there's like a noise machine. Baker number 1. These look neat. Let's have a look. Texture's good. So oozing out. A little bit understuffed, they say, but not bad. So those go. Baker number 2. Thank you, waiter. They say to Noel, good wobble. So they get into it. They say, holy cow, look at that. Now we're talking. Very stuffed. Worked out on the baking time. Chocolate's good. Excellent. Liam's number 3. He hands this to Sandy. He lies down. He doesn't think he did good, but spoiler, he did. It's got goo. Excellent sponge. Pretty good as well texture. Just a little more peanut butter, but that's Paul's recipe set for a teaspoon. Stephen, be gentle. He brings his, Noel brings his up. These look excellent on the outside, but a little solid on the inside. Slightly over. What a pity. Could have been good. Okay, Ann goes. She laughs. Got to be careful. Oh, one of them. Oh, no, because she just made a design. But hers is not cooked. Underbaked. Chocolate sponge cake mixture. Then Kate goes next. Hers are way overbaked. They look like the ghost from Pac-Man. Wish me luck. Oh, dear. Cracked. Solid. Massively overbaked. And she knows it. She says, I can't even peel my eyes away because it's not going so well. She covers her face. James is up. One of his collapsed because he put it down too hard. Few issues getting it out of the mold, they say. Broken. Air holes, absolutely raw. Failure. He touches his face. Stacy's look a little burnt, she says. Gosh almighty. And they say there's not a lot in the middle. Overbaked. She's worried about what they're saying, but she just doesn't want to be last. Too much folding or something because of the air pockets. Not enough middle, not enough peanut butter. Good, but not perfect. So then Paul and Prue ranked them last. Kate, 7th. James, not good. Yan, 6th. Stephen, 4th. Stacy, or 5th, 4th. Then Julia. There's just a bit more peanut butter would have flowed out. Liam is in 2nd. And Sophie's in 1st. And everybody's applauding and happy. Well done. Yay. She's like, I needed this. Look forward to tomorrow. Liam laughs, says sick. Yeah. Oh, yeah. James is gutted. New day tomorrow. Kate says, it's not the end of the world. It's just a pudding. Okay, so we'll go through notes. Total unknown technical with a twist, all about the timing. Off you go. Staggering start time. Julia first Y. 6 molten. Chocolate, peanut butter. Anchor, bake, done once. Chocolate only. Room Paul. Ooze out, eat hot. Julia solo. Petrified timing. Sophie Baker, number 2. Never make one. Where is oven? Melt chocolate and butter. Liam, number 3, 1 hour. Never made before. Whisk eggs and sugar. No rainy. No raising agents. Lots of air. Number 4, Stephen, no idea. Mixer, ribbon stage. Trap doors, that can't be right. Trepidatious, Xanthos, make before, no peanut butter flavor. This Yan, I don't know what the TOS is, but in that case, it looked like, it looked like an express. Combine, how, what, Kate never made before. Yan folding gently. James, number 7, never before. Molten volcano, revision. Yan is going to do 100 grams, dead on. Stacy, not a clue. Peanut butter teaspoon. Stacy, go for it or don't. Yan, freeze, 15 minutes. James, 10 minutes, freeze. Sophie, baking time. Inkling, should be 10 minutes. Julia, 12, whispers 12 minutes. Liam, 20, maybe 15. James, 8. Kate, 35 minutes. Exclamation point, exclamation point. Sophie, over, oven not on, bacon watch. Stephen, 25. Yan, 180 for 10. Right balance, tricky. Sunder, flowers, rain. 1 minute, Paul improved backs to bakers. Julia, looks good. Can't her. Move, flagrant book. Sophie, neat wobble. Good look in that. Peanut butter, good, excellent. Liam, he hides stress. Little goose, sponge, excellent. Needs more peanut butter. Stephen, look perfect. Too solid, overdone. Yan, not cooked, under. Kate, oh dear, solid, overbaked, dreadful. James, one collapsed, one whole, raw, failure. Stacy, not a lot of middle, overbaked, taste okay. Folding the mix, not enough peanut butter. So it goes Kate, James, Yan, Stephen, Stacy, Julia, Liam, Sophie. Yay, Sophie says. Liam says sick, ooh, cool, ooh. James, gutted. Kate, not, and of word. Next day, umbrellas. They have clear umbrellas, jackets, and ducks as they come in from the rain. Who will be Starbreaker? Dream to sky. 3 handshakes. Personal best for Paul at table talk. James is in trouble. Kate is 2. Nolan, Sandy. Mouth school. Sweet pudding dreams. Oatmeal. Ornamental terrine. Ornamental something terrine. The slice has got to be as good as the whole. This will go rapid. It's all about the textures. Jelly must be firm. Off you go. Off you don't set jelly whole. Thing will collapse. Topsy-turvy world of terrains. I didn't even alliterate that. Mark it as alliteration, but leaf or powdered gelatin. That's a choice people are making. Lemon liquid, steam hidden. Steven's doing an American flag. Terrain, piping stars, something custard. James is doing a Union Jack, fruit plan, mixed silo and jelly. Since he missed the Silver Jubilee because he had the chicken pox. So that's what he's calling it after. Sweet stripe, no Union Jack. Prue not. She doesn't like the fact that when you slice it, there won't be a Union Jack. Yan's doing a heart of a hero based on a risk her parents took. Set gel, something inject. She's going to do this gel injection design. Start chilling out. Raspberry mousse, Edeners, 200 grams of strawberry. In sieve, Sophie's using yuzu, a bouche, B-U-C-H-E, not bouche, but they have a joke about that. Bouche mold, terrine, or bouche or something, spoosh, sponge, says, not spoosh. Keeping table straight, Stacy loves pink, flamboyant, she's doing a triple terrine coconut burst, 5 layers, sounds like Stacy. Fuchsia parfait. Time in oven, 170 degrees for 30. Julia, 10 to 12. Space as naf. Not everybody's cup of tea. Brownies and chai latte. Brown butter brownies from art school. This is Liam. trifles trendy. Or then Kate's also actually doing my great Nan's classic, keeping it simple. Out of the oven shots is a jelly set. Stress is sponge, talking agents in sponge and fruit juice. Soaked summer fruit sponge. There's another alliteration. Liam's having jelly issues. Not setting, don't panic. Eating mess, ETO mess. Still sad about the day of the Silver Jubilee, he says to Sandy James. Coconut cider? No. Coconut cinder? Coconut custard. Kate's making with custard powder, which I guess is an old school move. She also talks, Kate and Sandy talk about, she goes, you can cook and you're a blacksmith, like, because Kate says, I'll never, find love or whatever. And Sandy says, I don't think that'd be a problem. Halfway up a flag, Mondant Moose make or break, James Swiss roll, yet in freezer, get in freezer, waiting game. Half our put your welly in the jelly, Sandy says. Chocolate skyline of Hong Kong and London. Topping issues, no super goop. No sugar in Stacy's first biscuit. Piping the poppy is what Yan's doing. Silver crowns, the heart of the heart. This is the heart. That's my dad's heart, and my dad's the hero. Heart of the hero, though. Not a heart, Scoots. Never racing out of molds. Happy, not Cuido. More make or break. Julia calming Liam. Stacy's stressed. Liam's drippy. Final assembly. Big music. End of Showstopper. Liam sad. Sandy helps him. It's almost like they got caught privately. She's like, are you okay? Sophie, like a look, that worked good. Yuzu, really good, very high class, delicious, good slice. Yan, lovely mousse, strop top, too much gelatin though, looks incredible. Stacy, contentedly jolly, proper pink, pretty, spot on. Lime, mint, chili, all works. A unique look, tastes better. Kate, neat, clean, nice and tart, delicious. Takes me back, Paul says, because she used that custard powder. James, a bit firm, too firm. Very sweet, not much flavor, sickly. If someone says sickly, then that's not good. Julia, don't think the jelly works. The texture's okay. Soggy sponge. Stephen, wow, they all clap at the look. Clear, fantastic, but very tough. Way too much gelatin, not good. So they say style over substance. And Liam, looks watery. Pinnacle delivers. Jelly discard. Liam sad. James danger zone. Julia stressed too. Julia calming Liam. Stacy stress. Final assembly. Oh wait, did we already read that? I don't think so. Oh yeah, we did. Liam. Hope it's a blip. Stacy, good, did good. Kate saved herself. I weep for Liam, though. He has to do better. James and Julia have been disappointing. We see the sunset. We see stress. Sandy gets to announce Star Baker. And Noel has to announce the person going. We'll do that part as a run through here. So we started up here. Got everybody going in. It's windy. It's rainy. Jackets, umbrellas, smiles, though. 3 handshakes, personal best. Stacy, Steven, and Yin. Pure magic perfection. Got to give him a handshake. James, we adore him, but, and then Kate's in trouble. She was star baker last week, and now she's at the bottom. She has to pull out all the stops. You really know your math, huh? Yeah, that's what Sandy says to Noel. Everybody's ready. Showstopper, sweet pudding dreams for your showstopper, ornamental trifle terrine, baked element set custard of mousse and jelly. So without those, it's not a thing. So it needs those elements. Slice has to look as good as a whole. On your market, set bake. 4.5 hours. Going to go fast. All about the textures, Paul says. Definitive layers, beautiful something. Jelly's going to be difficult it has to be sliced, but not too rubbery. Masterclass in gelatin, because if you don't set the jelly, the whole thing will collapse. So people are making the jelly so they can get in the freezer, squeezing real fruit in there. Topsy-turvy world of terrines. Bottom layer becomes the top. So setting it's a priority. Soaking gelatin, powdered gelatin. Oh, so Liam uses powdered gelatin. That might have been the issue because he's the one that has the biggest thing. I got to get some of these gelatin sheets. Could make things rubbery, flag trifle, coconut custard stripes, layering blue jelly, piping the stars. He's showing it, how he's going to do it. And they're like 9 stars maybe. James is doing Union Jack. Oh, I see, because you work from the top to the bottom. And I'm seeing it in action. Now that I've seen this whole thing a few times. Mist, silver jubilee, trifle terrine, eaten mess, mousse, raspberry panna cotta, something else. But you're going to see the stripes when you slice it. Bruce says, and he goes, no. And she goes, oh, well. And so Heart of the Hero. Dad was in the Royal Navy in Hong Kong, so he's allowed to bring his family back to the UK. He risked everything. White chocolate mousse, strawberry mousse, elderflower jelly. And she's going to inject to make the heart effect. Everybody starts chilling in the freezer. Last layer blue, talking layers, mousse, eaten mess, strawberry mousse, sieved strawberries, yuzu. Got to do it right. Popular citrus fruit, patissier. Sophie likes Japanese patissier. And, okay, we're doing it. Bouche mold, not a mighty bouche, B-U-C-H-E. Ferrin marbouche, yes, that makes sense. Raspberry almond sponge, pink, Sovardi sponge, finger biscuits, strata. James is talking about strata. Stacy's got some really cool pink, really bright, tropical trifle, pineapple jelly, rum, passion fruit, lime, eaten mess, and Paul, they're trying to get their head around the layers. This is very ambitious, Bruce says, very Stacy. 20 different things to do. Sponges are going in the oven to get it baked. Everybody's trying to breathe. Liam's brown butter I got to get that recipe, brown butter brownies. Is that like kind of like a blonde? I don't know. I can't even say it. Brown butter brownies. Cheers, lads. Trifle terrine. Chai panna cotta. Chocolate mousse. Orange jelly. Artsy, they all talk about art school, drinking chai lattes back in the day. Traditional trifle is what Kate's going for. My great nan's raspberry trifle terrine, sorry. Classic, keeping it simple. They laugh at that in a good way. We see the sky out of the oven. Hopefully it's perfect. Steven says beautiful. Everybody smells it. Jelly. Okay, orange jelly's not setting as fast. Don't know what's going on. It's set. Taking ages. Steven is looking good. Liam's stressed. Julia's soaking sponges. There's another alliteration. Vanilla and liqueur, summer soaked sponges. Do they have trifles in Siberia? No. What's trifle in Turin in Russian? I don't know, because we don't have them. Everybody's doing some more assembly, panic cotta. Liam's stressed because his top layer is not a thing. Eating mess, has been a mess. That's what, and then he says, but I couldn't go to the Silver Jubilee. Coconut custard, quite unconventional. Custard powder, can't have a trifle without it, according to my nan. And they talk about relationships. Sandy, she's so cool, man. Sandy should be like, she could definitely help people with she's just one of those helpful people. Some people are ahead of time, some people are on time. Stacy has trouble with her biscuits. Bavois layer, ladyfinger layer, chili mango mousse, cream. James is doing Swiss rolls, red sponge, pink sponge, getting it in the freezer like Uncle Ebenezer. It's a waiting game now. James is done. Half hour, put the welly in the jelly. Terrine's in the freezer. Meringues hitting the 80s, skylines, chocolate skylines of London and Hong Kong to the future, making toppings. Liam's first topping's burnt, and that's when Stacy realizes there's no sugar in her biscuit. Yeah, kind of, okay, piping and gelatin coloring, Yan the scientist, James putting silver leaf on his stuff, and Yen had done one as a test, I think, so that she could even be better on her next one. Biscuits are in the oven. Heart of the hero. It's my dad's heart. He's the hero. Waiting for the tureen to set. Fingers crossed. Nice firm, nice wash. Can't tell till everything's molded. Nerve-wracking as people take theirs out of their molds. Everybody's begging their things. Come on. You can do this. Julia stays together. Steven stays together. Make or break. Some are coming out smooth. But Liam's is dribbling. He's stressed. Absolute mess. And that's not set. Someone tell me it should be fine. Dripping. Things, everybody's doing their final assemblies. It's fine. Stacy says, things somehow. Stacy's smiling. Liam's nervous. Final touches. End of your showstopper. Done. Hands getting wiped. Food getting snacked on. Liam's down. Sandy's helping him. People are, Julia's pacing. Sun's shining. Sun's setting. And Sophie goes first. Hers looks very good. Pink sausage in the middle. Love the flavors and the colors. Looks lovely. That worked. Beautiful. Good slice. Yuzu comes through. Delicious. Brilliant. Bavois sponge mousse jelly. Very high class. Very pretty. Terribly delicious. Yan's heart of the hero. They're like amazing, poppy, clever. I think even I can't, but it's strawberry mousse of triumphs, custard, but too much gelatin. It's too firm. Stacy's tropical trifle terrain, certainly jolly, proper pink. Slice is pretty. And they take a bite, spot on. Mint, lime, chili. Who would have thought chili would work? It does. Fascinating. Biscuits, delicious. Meringues on the outside. Unique and beautiful. Kate's, they slice it. Neat, clean, stark lines. Different colors, phenomenal. Nice and tart. Delicious. Takes me back. Just like my nan. Very good. James is, looks good, but does look a bit firm, they say. Too firm. White chocolate's sweet, but everything else, the jelly on the top's good, but nothing, no flavor, a bit sickly. Opulent ornament trifle tureen, that's Julia's name. Fascinated to see the inside. I don't think the jelly works. A soggy sponge. I don't get it. It's a shame. Stevens across Jelly Pond. Trifle tureen. They clap at the look of it. Wow. Isn't that fantastic? Clever. Stars are amazing. Coconut's good, but too much gelatin. Looks amazing. Too bad. I don't like rubber. Style over substance, Sophie says. Everybody's done it. Liam's up next. Cheers, lads. He's holding his face. A bit clumsy. Jelly's not set. Jelly like water. And I think his biscuit's a little bit overdone. I do get the chai. Panna cotta's delicious. Chocolate brownie's tough. Jelly's a disaster. He exhales. Rubs his head. I'd like to stay. James is like, I'm in the danger zone. I'm quite worried. Other ones of us are worried. Julia's crying. She's worried in the rain. Liam's holding his head. Just hope it's a blip. Hope they see past it. I mean, he's been really, him and Julia have been doing really good. So it's raining. Who's vying for top place? Well, Sophie was delicious. They could be in a Michelin restaurant. Stacy's was very good. Contender. Kate saved herself with that. Not the first time. Not the last. I don't know. Quite elegant. We all love Liam. That was clumsy. He can do better. So that's probably good. James is in trouble. Every other element was wrong other than the jelly. Julia's was disappointing. She's in a bit of trouble too. All right, well, let's see. They all go right after Sophie's thing. And then they even come back and they say it was Star Baker. We ate her whole thing backstage. Yeah, they say it was Stacy Star Baker. Then Noel has to announce the person who has to leave, who is James. Horrible job of revealing it, though. We have to say goodbye. Julia starts crying with relief. Liam's obviously relieved, too. He's kind of in disbelief and holding his head. James gets a lot of hugs. I'm all for you, buddy. Paul says, my time has come. It's gutting. But I wanted to put myself against these good bakers to see how good I was. It was humbling. I mean, he did really good, though. They're going to miss James. He's comforting Julia. And Bruce says that's the kind of guy he is. A nice guy. Thank you very much. Sophie stepped up to the plate, produced one of those bakes you want to go back for best again. Yes, Star Baker. I'm chuffed. Sophie says. Sandy's comforting Liam. Remember, it's really important. Got to pick myself back up and keep going upwards. And that's the plan. That's the plan. That's how I'm going to do it. And so that's it. That's the end of the episode. And that's the plan is for me to do some thank yous and carry off into Dreamland or have another episode. We can spend some more time together if we need to. Thanks, everybody. All right. I want to thank everybody that reviewed the podcast recently. Hoops said like sleepy time tea. Need my buddy every night. Love this podcast. Sleep Savior. That's EJH544. Is someone who struggled to fall asleep for years and tried every music podcast and book under the sun. This is my only fail-safe method of falling asleep. I can't remember the last time I made it to the end of an episode awake. Yeah, the voice takes a while to get used to. I'd recommend giving it a few tries. Although it's possible it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. For me, the almost identical intro puts me at ease. I think that's it for the reviews. So I'm going to check the everybody that joined the referral program recently, too. So if you can sign up for a referral program, it's at sleepwithmepodcast.com/refer. I want to thank David, Mal, Louisa, Nick, Mark, and Elena, and Faith all signed up here in the month of September. And everybody's still working on getting some referrals. Rowan, Lois, Anna, Maggie, or other recent signups that have been getting referrals. So make sure when you sign up, you got to share your referral link. kind of on a regular basis to get those referrals. But yeah, it's the best way to get some referrals and get some cool rewards. Thanks everybody for supporting the show. Sleep With Me literally does exist as a free podcast for people that support the show financially through Patreon or the sponsors. Probably noticed over the past 6 months how many new episodes you can find in our feed, over 300 episodes. And that's because the sponsors at the beginning, middle, and the end of the show is, I said, wait a second, we can have more than 300 episodes, and that, like, it can keep adding them. Episodes aren't going to drop off of the feed anymore. And that's not just because of the sponsors, but because of the listeners who support the sponsors. That's why they support the show. And we grow as a podcast by people using that referral program or spreading the word, reviews, but just letting people know about podcasts and podcasting in general. I really appreciate it. And I'll either tell you more about the referral program or sponsor here as I tuck you in. Good night. Hey, everybody, this is Scoots with a tuck you in message here for our bedtime story podcast. We're trying out... And I kind of said this, free way to support Sleep With Me and bedtime stories from Sleep With Me is join our referral program, sleepwithmepodcast.com/refer, R-E-F-E-R. You get rewarded for introducing people to the free version of Sleep With Me, including access to Sleep With Me Plus. But most of all, just think about what your favorite podcast is or one of your favorite podcasts, and then support that podcast. It doesn't have to be Sleep With Me, but just to support your favorite podcast because they could use your support right now. And if you decide, Sleep With Me is actually my favorite podcast, well, wow, blushing, seriously, even though it's imaginary here in this context, and support it at sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus, or listen to a show you love and see how they want to be supported. Thanks.